With each movie, Tarantino keeps reminding us that he's one of the coolest directors in Hollywood. Welcome back to Film Recall. Today I'll be ranking the 8 movies of Quentin Tarantino. Starting off at number 8 is Death Proof. Now, I don't think it's as bad as its reputation has, but it's definitely his least interesting movie despite it being his first time to tackle a genre that so inspired him. This was his first time to fully dive into grindhouse exploitation movies, and because of that, Death Proof ended up disappointing a lot of the fans because it's never quite as exciting as it should be. Most of the runtime is dedicated to his lengthy monologues, which are perfect for any other genre other than what is supposed to be a fun midnight movie. The second half features several spectacular car chases and crashes, and had the first half had a more interesting setup, then the movie could have really shined. Number 7 is Jackie Brown. Jackie Brown is a great Tarantino movie, but had the unfortunate timing of coming out after Pulp Fiction. It's been overshadowed because of that, and it deserves way more attention. The writing is as great as ever, but the story is more downbeat than the kind of movie that's typically associated with Tarantino. There's no crazy shootouts or fight scenes, car chases or standoffs, and even the climax is pretty low-key. But still, the third act is fascinating, and its use of multiple storylines and viewpoints make it feel like a close cousin to Reservoir Dogs. If you haven't seen it, definitely give it a shot. Number 6 is The Hateful Eight. Tarantino's latest is really entertaining and absolutely insane, and definitely his most mean-spirited. Almost a little too mean to make me want to watch it as often as his other movies. Still, the cinematography and atmosphere might be the best he's ever staged, and the sheer amount of twists make this one a fun ride. This movie is called The Hateful Eight, and all of the characters are pretty hateful. It's an interesting concept of how you can't trust any of them, and I like that it keeps you on your toes of who is who in this whodunit. But it's hard to get emotionally invested when you can't root for or care about anyone. On a first-time viewing, that does make it exciting because you don't know the answers to the mystery. But once you do, the lack of any heroes means it doesn't quite hold up as well on a rewatch for me. Number 5 is Reservoir Dogs. Reservoir Dogs is really great. It shows that you don't need a big budget to make a movie captivating. And while this movie also doesn't have anyone to truly root for, the fact that you watch these criminals have their own set of breakdowns and questioning themselves on what they've done gives you something to grasp onto. Even though I love Reservoir Dogs, his sprawling epics edge this one out. But absolutely, it's one of the best directorial debuts ever and revolutionized the crime movie. Number 4 is Inglourious Basterds. Reservoir Dogs is a classic, but his later movies are just a whole other beast. This is the first movie of his that tried to match the narrative scope of Pulp Fiction, and in some moments it comes pretty close. Tarantino can make a dinner conversation feel like the most intense thing ever, and every piece of dialogue creates a labyrinth that finally explodes on screen in the unforgettable climax. This World War II story completely rewrites history in the most exciting of ways, and I can't get enough of it. Number 3 is Kill Bill. Tarantino considers this one movie, so that's how I'll count it. But I'm actually happy they were split up, because Volume 1 is like a classic samurai movie, and Volume 2 plays like a western. I like them both about the same amount, but the writing really shines in Volume 2, giving all of the backstory and necessary depth to these characters. From the incredibly stylized fight with the crazy 88s to the wonderfully gruesome final standoff with Elle Driver. Kill Bill weaves a tale that makes you think the ending is where she'll get her sweet revenge, and instead, it reminds you that Bill was her family at one time, and it makes the ending far more impactful than just a simple story of vengeance. 2 totally different styles of movies tell one perfect story. Number 2 is Django Unchained. I've seen Django Unchained more times than any other Tarantino movie. It just has everything I love about this director. Perfect dialogue, tension that makes you feel uneasy, scenes that make you laugh and then stop you in your tracks with a shocking moment right after. At 2 hours and 45 minutes, Django Unchained is his second longest movie, and it's a testament to his writing and the editing that the movie never feels its length. Jamie Foxx commands the screen in his best role, and watching Foxx, Christoph Waltz, and DiCaprio have a verbal and physical standoff is one of the most nail-biting and riveting moments Tarantino has crafted. We know that Tarantino is great at creating moments of startling violence that reflects the horrors of the world, but at the heart of the movie is a love story. Django Unchained will make you feel every emotion a movie can, and honestly, I'm probably gonna go watch it again right now. And number 1 is, you know what it is, it's Pulp Fiction. His crowning achievement is something that could have so easily been a complete mess in the hands of another writer, but he spins it into a pulp masterpiece. Featuring too many iconic moments to count, Pulp Fiction demands multiple viewings, not only to figure out the continuity of the many storylines, but also because it's just so fun to watch. It's one of his weirder movies, yet it's the one that had the biggest impact on pop culture. If Reservoir Dogs was his explosive debut, then Pulp Fiction was him cementing himself as the directing force that he continues to prove himself as to this day. And it's this nearly perfect filmography that has made Quentin Tarantino one of the greatest and most influential filmmakers in cinema history. So that's my ranking of every Tarantino movie, but now I want to read your rankings in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you're new to the channel, you can subscribe for more movie lists and reviews every week.